Yo, what's up and welcome to the channel. I just got my internet back and, well, I had some power flickers too. Hopefully everybody else in Burger Land is okay, especially all of you down there in Texas. But anyways, we've got a lot of stuff to cover today, so let's get into it. You know what you're here for already, so let's see it.
You think you can just ruin my masterpiece? I'll cut you into pieces! You've been
Okay, so I dig the S3. I like the designer aspect. Voice, yeah.
looking for me? You must need some new clothes.
I don't get the cat. I guess because cosplayers typically like cats, you know, so maybe that's a thing. She's a crazy cat lady.
Well, you came to the right person. I can make anyone look like a model.
All right, so this basically confirms that we will get top designer straws eventually, right? They've done the other two. That's how it's going to be. They're going to be like, hey guys, you thought you were going to get normal straws? You thought you were going to get Shogun straws? Absolutely not. You're getting top designer straws, and I will be excessively happy about that. So yeah, a designer who can make suits that can maximize the abilities of wearers. All right, fantastic. We really don't care too much about that. We want to know what her stats are and should you pull. So we're gonna go over here to hero introduction. So Dark Warrior, which already means that she has access to the most selfish artifacts in the entire game. What artifact should you probably use? Sigurd's Scythe, most likely, but I like that she has critical hit chance as an imprint. One of the best imprints in the game. Speed, not bad, 106, especially for a warrior, so that's really good. Solid attack, solid health, good defense, not coming with any of the extra frills, the effectiveness, the effect resist, any of that jazz. So right out the gate, 16.8% critical hit chance self imprint. Now for a damage dealer, which we'll see what she does, right? This is really big. So if you get imprints, phenomenal. I also like the sword, the half of the scissors. It's very aesthetically pleasing. I like it. Yeah. So we're gonna go over here to skills. Skill introduction. Okay, so this is her S2. Emergency stitching. When an enemy's turn ends, you get 5 fighting spirit for each debuff inflicted on an ally. This is gonna be huge. She's gonna be anti-CC, which is typical of Smilegate. Sell a problem, sell the solution. This is going to be the solution right here. So 5 fighting spirit for each debuff inflicted on an ally. Start the first battle with 30 fighting spirit. When the caster's fighting spirit is full at the end of someone's turn, this consumes all fighting spirit to dispel all debuffs from the caster and increase her combat readiness by 40%. This does mean that you can be a little on the slow side because you're going to be getting that 40% combat readiness, and she's not going to be able to get locked down. Not only that, but what is that? 4 this 20 extra percent, so you get 25 fighting spirit. Somebody check my math. I'm fucking terrible at math. No, 5 20 25. Yeah, 25. So after every turn, 25 fighting spirit, and you get 30, and when it's full, you get 40% combat readiness and dispel all debuffs from her. That is pretty crazy, actually. They probably tell you how much it is at the end. Okay, consumes all fighting spirit, dispels debuffs from the caster. So let's see what this thing is here. Okay, so the F10 Cerise typical thing here. So they have her on counter set in the preview, which is literally the first thing anybody ever goes to. Hey, how do you build this new unit? Counter set. How do you build this other new unit? Counter set. I don't know why you guys always want to put everything in counter set all the time. Is your counter set really that good? Probably not. But as you can see, she's going to immediately cut. 40% is huge. Not only that, but all of her debuffs are gone. Now we're going to talk about what she does after that. You also see they're using the Great Mortelix, literally pull or uninstall. I hope you have him, right? Okay, so model disqualification. This is going to be her S3. This is on a 4 turn cooldown when you buff this up. Decrease debuff duration on all allies by 2 turns and gets on stage to attack all enemies, increasing their skill cooldown by 1 turn. Damage dealt increases proportional to the caster's defense. You also acquire 50 fighting spirit on this. So not only do you cut, but if they don't have immunity, let's say they've already went, bam, you're doing 1 turn extra reset on their cooldowns, and you're gonna do damage, and you're gonna get 50 fighting spirit. So guess what, you put 2 debuffs on people and she's gonna cut again. This means that you can actually build her pretty slow, so maybe your counter sets will work on her because she's gonna be cycling really crazy fast against any team with debuffs. This is gonna be, actually, I think this is really good. And it's very much like Kitty Clarissa, right, in that you reduce it by 2 turns. So she already did an okay amount of damage there. It was healed back too by the Rowana, so there is that. Then she still cut. So we'll see how much damage she does here. This is an AoE attack as well. So, I mean, that is reasonable amounts of damage for a tank that scales off of defense, which I think this is the first warrior that scales off of defense. I know a lot of tanks scale off of defense, knights, but with her cycling very fast, this is going to be really big. Now, her S1, this acquires 25 fighting spirit, so counter set, right? But you attack the enemy with scissors with a maximum chance of up to 75% chance to silence for 1 turn. Damage dealt also increases proportional to the caster's defense. 75% chance to silence is pretty big. Very, very solid. You can soul burn that for 100%. Silence kind of messes stuff up. So we'll see how much damage this does right here. So as you can see, I mean, sure, there's no mitigation on the field. Cerise not typically known to be the most tanky unit, but that was a big chunk. She also has attack buff, so there is that. She also has defense buff, so there is that. We don't know what her damage is. Her modifier is probably not really all that great, but do they really need to be when you're going up against a control team? I think that things like the F10 Cerise combo is going to be dead in the water. Your control bruisers, your A Tywins, she's going to be good against those because you're not going to be able to lock her down. Your T-Surins that put the unbuffable and the silence, the Bassars, a lot of other things are going to be very, very hard to lock down your team with ML Lilibet. This basically, they said, hey, control teams, you had your time in the sun, you're done, son, you're done, we're calling it. And she's gonna be, like I said, she's gonna be able to cycle very, very fast because if she's getting 25, if she's getting 50 off of her S3, she's getting 25 off of her S1. If you could put her, if she was a knight and you could put her on Elbrus, that would be absolutely broken. She would be so insane. But yeah, she scales off defense, which is, like I said, interesting. She's going to be very tanky. You're going to need a Soul Weaver with her, I think. No, you can use Sigurd's Scythe if you want her to be more sustain-wise. Counterattack with, like, Sigurd's Scythe would be really good. Heck, might be able to solo teams, right? But she gains fighting spirit after every single turn when you have a debuff on. So this is going to be real huge because how many characters have debuffs? Oh, Falconeer Quarry has a debuff. FCC has a debuff. Crow has a debuff. A lot of units have debuffs these days. Now you're not going to want to use her with ML Crow or anybody else who gives you immunity, like drafting that with Champion Zerato, because well, then you're not getting the CR push and you're not getting the fighting spirit from having debuffs up. But this is going to be really, really huge. She's not going to be able to get locked down, and like I said, we'll see what the modifiers are most likely tomorrow, because that's when math will update the math calculator. Doki Doki to math, you are the best. But I think that she's going to be really, she fits my play style for anti-control. She's going to be really, really good. I think that amazing. Plus, like I said, crit self-imprint, huge. Now, question is, should I pull FCC or should I pull ML Lilibet? FCC. If you don't have FCC, just get FCC. She is going to be way better. But anyways, that's it on should you pull this unit. If you have FCC, this unit I think is going to be the absolute best against control teams. Basar's dead. All of them are dead. Just, this is going to be so good between like this and some of the other units that they've been putting out for anti-control, anti-cleave. I'm really digging a lot of that. And like I said, you can make her kind of medium speed too, and she'll still be able to cut and get all of your stuff down and increase those cooldowns. So I think that this is going to be very strong. I'm going to be building her. I'm going to be using her fairly regularly, actually, and I think that you can use her even outside of just straight hard control comps, because so many people have debuffs. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you're new here, like, fave, subscribe. I will catch you guys on the next one. I've got a bunch of videos and I need to wake back up because, well, I'm still tired. I'll catch you guys later. Take it easy, homies. Peace.